Saw 3D, Saw 7, Saw the Final Chapter. Shit, there's too many alternate titles. Seriously, what title am I gonna use for this review? Thanks for making my life difficult, asshole. Well, this is it. This is the final film in the series. Or is it? God damn it better be. The Saw series was always entertaining in a very disturbing kind of way, but none of the sequels ever measured up to the original. At least, not in my opinion. The first film was graphic and it had that really awesome twist at the end, but it was smart and mysterious and it had a good concept. Then, as the series went on, it just became more about the gore and the traps. Now the traps, I won't lie, some of them were quite impressive, while some were just dumb and half-assed. Though I did always like the flashbacks that always dealt with the traps actually being set up. But ultimately, the series had just too many ups and downs, like a seesaw. Get it? See? Saw? Ha ha ha! Sadly, Saw the Final Chapter ends on a down. Now I know all the Saw fans are gonna go apeshit with that statement, but truthfully, this wasn't a very good closer. To have to sit through 6 more films after the original to see it end in this generic type of fashion wasn't worth it, and it's disappointing to say the least. This movie just wasn't smart, and it didn't have much mystery to it. The traps were okay, definitely a step up from Part 5, but a big step down from Part 6. I mean, Part 6 had some awesome traps. That merry-go-round trap with the shotgun, that shit was awesome. Many of the ideas in Part 7 are just never fully realized. The first trap that's out in the open for public display, that was a tight-ass trap, but to me, it just didn't feel right. It truly upped the ante for being out in the open, but it never fully followed through with that idea. These are just random teens caught in some stupid love triangle. I'm not sure why Hoffman, who is now taking over Jigsaw's work, will bother with these bumbling teenagers when there's actual criminals out there that could be punished. Then you have the return of Dr. Gordon from the first film, once again played by Carrie Elways. 6 films had to go by in order for us to find out what happened to the guy. Now he should have had a major role in this film, but the whole thing just comes across as a cameo. And the reason for his return just felt like a last-minute decision instead of something that they were planning to do all along. Now the plot is very weak. It's really just more of like recycled ideas bunched up in a brand new film. Without going too much into it, it involves some douchebag that survived one of Jigsaw's traps. He wrote a tell-all book about his escape, and now he finds himself tested once again for doing this. What they do? Truth is, not many people care about the plots of these films. All they want to see are just random people fail at these elaborate traps and gore. Well, that you will see in plenty of it. To tell you the truth, the gore, quite impressive. Some of the gore reminded me of some of the gore effects of 80s horror flicks. The gore for the most part looked real. There didn't appear to be too much CGI, and if it was CGI, seriously, good job. But that's all the film really has going for it. Nothing else really makes any sense. There are no characters to care about. The acting is unbelievably bad. I'm talking straight to DVD bad. There is no logic to the writing. All the events in the film seem like they were just picked out of a hat. Jigsaw is barely in the film. I understand he's already dead, but all the other films have managed to put him in flashbacks for a good majority of the film. Hoffman really does come off as a major badass villain, but he doesn't seem to be on the same level of intelligence as he did in the previous installments. Now the film does get exciting in the final half hour. I mean, once they start playing the Saw theme, I got a little pumped. But again, everything in the film just seems too random. This is supposedly the final film, but it really just doesn't even seem like a closer. Some of the loose ends were tied up, but it's how they're done that just seems half-assed. Either way, I'm glad this shit is over. We can all move on with our lives. That is, of course, until they reboot it in like, I don't know, 3 years or something. It was fun while it lasted, but seriously, this series could have ended long ago. Saw, the final chapter, gets 2 stars out of 5. Now this film looks very ugly on Blu-ray for the most part. I understand these films are not meant to look pretty, but the decisions that they use for this transfer, or even the filming of the movie, they're just questionable. Without a doubt, the best looking scene deals with the trap that's out in the open. The colors there are bright, The detail is good, but after that scene, the picture goes to shit. Black levels for the most part are terrible. This was cluttered with a vast amount of grain and a lot of background noise. There were scenes that appeared blurry, contrast was hot, there was a weird neon effect to some of the scenes. No bullshit, there are times this looks like a VHS. And it's very unusual for a Lionsgate release, and quite frankly, very disappointing. So I'm gonna give the video 2.5 stars out of 5. The soundtrack, however, is exceptional. Clear, loud, powerful, good dialogue levels, great use of the score and the surrounds. Very little to complain about. Maybe at times a little unbalanced, but overall, it rocked. 4.5 stars for the audio. This is Big Gabe for Stuck Burrito Entertainment. Join the Stuck Burrito Revolution and subscribe. Be sure to comment. Be sure to click the thumbs up icon. If you click the thumbs down button, blow me. Goodbye, Saul. Thank you for the memories.